Canada stands at a pivotal moment, one that will define its global role for decades. High above the wilderness, the Royal Canadian Air Force awaits a decision. Which fighter jet will lead its future? Ottawa's plan to buy 88 F-35 stealth fighters from the US seemed certain, until now. Rising trade tensions and a new European partnership have forced a dramatic rethink. The Swedish Saab Gripen has emerged as a serious contender, challenging old assumptions. This isn't just about planes, it's about Canada's identity, alliances, and economic future. Prime Minister Mark Carney's government has paused the F-35 deal, launching a full review. The F-35, favoured by allies, offers advanced stealth and seamless US cooperation. The Gripen, from neutral Sweden, promises industrial opportunity and a new direction. Canada's aging jets make the need urgent, but the government is weighing every factor. The stakes: military strength, economic growth, and the country's place in the world. Will Canada stick with the powerful F-35 or take a bold leap with the Gripen? The answer will shape defense, industry, and foreign policy for a generation. The world is watching as Canada stands at this crossroads. The choice is more than hardware, it's about the nation's future. Canada's sudden shift is driven by a landmark agreement with Europe, the Security Action for Europe, or SAFE. As the first non-EU member, Canada gains access to a $244 billion loan facility for defense projects. But there's a catch. SAFE funds require projects to be mostly European, limiting US-made purchases. This makes the F-35 a complicated, potentially costly choice. The Swedish Gripen, fully European, fits SAFE's rules and could unlock vast financial support. Building Gripens in Canada would mean jobs, technology, and a new industrial era. Ottawa sees this as a chance to diversify partnerships and reduce reliance on the US. SAFE offers Canada a new path: align with Europe, build shared security, and grow its own defense sector. The jet decision now ties directly to which continent Canada wants to anchor its future. Saab's offer goes beyond selling jets. It's a promise to build them in Canada. The plan: a state-of-the-art production hub, transferring technology and creating a self-sustaining aerospace industry. Saab claims this could mean up to 10,000 high-skilled long-term jobs. The vision: not just assembling jets, but building, maintaining, and exporting them from Canadian soil. For Ottawa, this is a tempting prospect: jobs, expertise, and technological independence. Saab says a Canadian production line could be operational in 3 to 5 years. The proposal includes full maintenance and overhaul capabilities, giving Canada sovereign control over its fleet. This industrial benefits package directly addresses government demands for economic impact. Industry Minister Melanie Joly has criticized the F-35 deal for lacking such benefits. Saab's pitch is clear: Canada gets more than jets. It gets a new industry and a future in aerospace. The promise is powerful, but the government must look beyond the headlines. The stakes: real jobs, real technology, and real independence. The question: can Saab deliver on its ambitious vision? Saab's promise of 10,000 jobs has sparked skepticism. Critics note that Saab's entire Swedish aerospace workforce is smaller than this figure. In Brazil, a similar Gripen deal created only hundreds of jobs, not thousands. The gap between promise and precedent is huge. The government admits it hasn't seen Saab's job calculation methods, raising transparency concerns. Some fear the job numbers are more marketing than reality. Ottawa faces pressure to conduct its own analysis, not just accept Saab's claims. The core conflict: the appeal of domestic jobs versus the risk of inflated promises. If the jobs don't materialize, the political fallout could be severe. Canada must balance hope with hard evidence as it weighs this offer. Strip away politics and promises, and the question remains, which jet is better? A leaked 2021 Department of National Defense report gave the F-35 a decisive edge, scoring 95% to the Gripens' 33%. The F-35 excelled in mission capability, flight performance, and interoperability with US and NORAD forces. Its fifth-generation stealth and sensor technology are unmatched. The Gripen, while agile and cost-effective, lacks the F-35's stealth and data-sharing power. Supporters say the F-35 is the only responsible choice for Canada's defence. Gripen advocates argue that industrial benefits and European ties outweigh technical gaps. The real question: how much capability is Canada willing to trade for economic opportunity? Choosing the Gripen could strain Canada's most vital alliance with the United States. For over 60 years, NORAD has relied on seamless US-Canada military integration. The F-35 is built for this partnership. The Gripen, while NATO-compatible, isn't fully interoperable. Experts warn of communication gaps and a two-tiered alliance if Canada goes Swedish. The US sees the F-35 as a symbol of trust. Rejecting it could trigger political and economic backlash. American officials have already hinted at trade consequences if the deal falls through. Canada's relationship with the US is its most important, militarily and economically. The government must weigh new European ties against the risk of angering its closest ally. The decision is a high-stakes balancing act. As decision day nears, Canadians are divided. Polls show 40% prioritise the best jet for the Air Force, favouring the F-35. 28% want job creation, drawn to Saab's factory promise. 18% support deeper European ties, while only 9% prioritise US cooperation. The debate: capability, jobs, or partnerships. Choosing the Gripen means industrial growth, European alignment, and a bold new path. But it risks a less capable Air Force and strained US relations. The F-35 offers proven capability and alliance security, but fewer economic benefits. The promised jobs may not materialize, and the political risks are real. This single choice will define Canada's industry, military, and global standing for years. The world is watching as Canada decides its future in the sky.